Country Music Festival.
How's it going?
It's going good. Oh, I'm curious, what's it like being in the other side of the chair for you, being the interviewee and not the interviewer?
Good question. Weird. Fine. Comfortable. Incredibly comfortable. I'm very happy. No, it's strange. You know, it's not something I ever got into the media to do, and I never expected it to be like that. I always thought once I started being an interviewer or being a broadcaster, that was going to be my thing. You know, and it's nice. It's cool. I like talking about music, so either side is good for me. But I think if I'm honest, I prefer to be where you are.
Is it a different story here, obviously, because, you know, we don't get, well, obviously we get the BBC online, but, you know, do people not necessarily know who you are as a presenter, therefore you're kind of starting from scratch as a DJ?
Very much so, yeah, no, that's a fair observation. I mean, when I came out here for the first time at Future, you know, there was a real sense of like, I don't know who you are, and for anybody to stick around on the second stage and watch me perform a DJ was number one, testament to the fact that they were waiting around for MGMT or Pendulum. But two, there might have been a few people who perhaps thought, well, we'll hear what this guy's about. Musically curious individuals who wanted to see what I had to do as a DJ. Coming back this time, there may be a few more, but I go into any club or any environment assuming that nobody kind of knows and or cares, and so that's a good fight to have.
Is it liberating in a way?
It takes the pressure off a little bit. Psychologically, you go in there feeling like you can kind of play whatever records you want to play and go on whatever journey you want to go on without too much of an expectation. And I think it also is probably realistic and a reality. I mean, I am kind of starting out as a DJ in a lot of areas, and that's cool, that's good, you know, I like that. Because I like playing records, so it doesn't really matter whether I've got a partisan crowd or a bunch of curious people, 4 people in the room. It's making music and playing records is what I like to do. Making music my whole life, and various guises, you know, either with Breaks Co-op or when I was at Urban Disturbance as a kid, making rap music, producing beats. You know, at this point in my life, I'm really inspired by what I'm playing out. So I am making music which is, you know, has the express purpose of being either played by myself in DJ sets, or I'm remixing artists. I just did a really great Snow Patrol. I had a great opportunity doing a Snow Patrol remix, and it came out really well. And in the end, and I've got some other really exciting things in the go. And one thing in particular, I don't really want to jinx by talking about, but it's really exciting possible collaboration. So it's an exciting time to be a musician, you know, because there isn't the pressure there was when I was kind of young and in bands. There was record labels and pressure to sell records, and I mean, most of the people watching this probably won't even know what that reality is, you know, because it's different now on the internet. The way you get your music, you share it, you spread it. It's either free, or if you pay for it, you pay by the song. And that reflects on making the art too. There isn't that sense of like, this album can make or break us. It's like, well, you could just do it yourself.
Yeah.
So for me, making music is like a personal pursuit, and if I get to make something I like, put it online, people download it or watch it on YouTube or whatever, then that's a success. You know, I've been setting up at my own little studio in my room. I don't need to go into 301 or the Grove or anywhere and stay occupied like that. Not yet anyway. But, no, I just had this laptop, and no, by collaboration, I mean I made a beat, I gave it to an artist, and he likes it.
Okay.
So he's working on it now from his end. That's collaboration in the modern age. You don't have to be in the same place, you know, that's what you send this for, you know, you just literally send a file off to somebody, they like it, they go, cool, I'm working on it, I'll send it back, you work on it, you send it back. It's like postal service. It's that vibe. That's cool, it's easy, you can walk around with a portable speaker and a laptop these days, and that's your studio.
How did a dude from New Zealand, mega music man from New Zealand, end up being one of the biggest tastemakers in the UK?
No idea, I've no idea. I'm just like you guys, you know, I just follow my interests, and for whatever reason, I got some lucky opportunities, and I guess, you know, people say you make your own luck. What you do is you get luck, and then you make the most of it, and I didn't sniff at them, I took them, and I work hard, and I really genuinely care about music. I genuinely care about the well-being of the artists I play, and I want them to have long careers. I want to see them develop. I love nothing more than hearing how a band has developed over the course of 5 to 10 albums, and I really enjoy, and I feel privileged to have that position as a conduit between musician and audience, and I take it seriously. There was a few bumps along the way where people told me, you know, you can't do that, you're a New Zealander, or you have an accent that isn't UK orientated, and this and that. I really buy into that too much. I mean, I think if you're into what you do and people want to work with you, they'll find a way to justify it.
You are, you know, known as a tastemaker. Who are you most excited about for 2012? Whose career is tracking?
I don't know, it's a good question, and I ask that question more than I get asked it, you know, because I'm genuinely interested in the journey of that. I like the mystery of being surprised. I mean, I think if you're talking popularity-wise and what the scene is going to break through at the minute, I mean, you can do worse than bass culture. I mean, right now it's really kicking off. Things like Flux Within and Skrillex, and everything right down to Chase and Status, and all the artists that are in Circus Records, and all the artists that are making that really heavy bass-oriented music. That's really breaking through. And a lot of people are realizing that's their opportunity, that's their music at this point. You know, outside of that, I'm really into artists like, Jake Bugg is a young singer-songwriter from Nottingham. He's amazing. I think he's going to have a great year. I really like what Disclosure are doing. That very subtle, very kind of essential, ingredient-orientated dance music, where everything just feels totally well-placed and really nice to listen to. It doesn't necessarily have to tear out. I'm really into that. And I like my hard rock as well. It's back with Safety Fire, who are really good.
Also, I am actually going to rewatch this and Google everything you just said.
I just made them all up. None of them exist.
Hey, there you go. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, no, nice to meet you guys. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, and have a great festival.
Yeah, cool.
Cheers.
Should be fun.